What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome, Friday night news. Yes, we have a ton of it, and it's amazing, and it's awesome, and it's so cool. Tonight we're talking about what SSD cards do for the next generation of consoles as far as speed. We're talking about Risk of Rain 2, Alan Wake, Nintendo's numbers. We're talking about a movie reveal inside of a game about drug dealing, which is crazy, coming to Nintendo Switch, the difficulty of Ghost of Tsushima, and even things like Platinum Games maybe selling out. But first, make sure if you love this content, be sure to subscribe below right here to Gamestork to get all your gaming news right here in one place each and every weekday at 8 p.m. Also, be sure to hit the bell so that you know when I go live and you can join me here. Know that this is live news, so as you talk and, chat in, I'm going to respond to you. Oh, yeah, so watch what you say. Also, I'm just playing. Say whatever you want. It's fine. Also, be sure to like this video if you enjoy the content, just like there. Enter the contest. There will be a link in this description below. Enter that for a $35 eShop gift card. We're pushing to 4K. We're going to do it, man. Just over 200 away, and I think that we're going to hit this thing soon together. Yes, because why? Gamestork rocks. This is the place to get your delivery. Also, join me at 9 p.m. each and every weekday for the Legend of Zelda live stream. We are going tonight into a dungeon. Last time we had a lot of fun, a lot of chatting, all that good stuff. So I look forward to seeing you guys join me there. So without further ado, let's jump right into the news. Oh yes. So if you guys don't know about this, it looks like next-gen console SSDs are going to enable games to do more with faster load times. Now, the initial thought process behind looking into next-generation gameplay and things like that is typically like looks, right? We went from polygonal with the PS1, PS2, PS3, thought like everything just had this huge step up in look. But in this case, although textures and are going to be great, it looks like the big difference is going to be load times cut down and what they can do with those. Now, some time ago, we saw PlayStation showing off the fact that they can load like on the fly, Spider-Man swinging through the city, and how much they can do with that. But it looks like this, especially with a lot of other examples, Firesprite Game Director says load times often led to games cutting features in the past, but this isn't going to happen now. So game developers are excited about the potential of next-generation console hardware, and as we get closer to seeing the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 become a reality, devs are giving us more detail about what upgrades actually mean, and this is according to GameSpot.com. With an interview with WCCF Tech, game director Stuart Tilley at Firesprite, the studio behind horror game The Persistence, which I've talked about so much, talked about the SSD technology and its faster load times means for games developed on next generation consoles. This is what he said. He said the SSD is going to be massive to allow us to create larger worlds that load faster. To move quicker within them, it opens up possibilities for us, Tilley said. The new positional sound stuff is great for games, being able to play sound effects that feel like they're around you while you're on your couch, and it's going to make another big improvement. It just is super exciting for us to be able to make our ambitions greater. Sometimes you might have to discard a feature because it might require a long load time, for example, he explains. Now in the future, that may not be a problem. So as we look at this and really just honestly think about it, we're pretty much doing away with the loading screen. When you play any game, you'll see like them dug down and go into this thing or go through this area where there's a small crack and they're like working their way through, And what that is a hidden load screen, okay? It took me a long time into the generation to figure that out because I was like, I wonder why they put these in. It's to hide loading. But it looks like with this step up in SSD technology, especially with the PS5, we're looking at severely cut down load times, which means on the fly, you're going to be able to do a lot more as a creator, and games are going to run better, look better. Those load screens are going to be cut down, and it's going to be all about action. All action, all the time. Anyway, so I'm excited. These bad boys right here, although SSDs might not seem like such a big deal to you, they are big, right? Super, super big deal. SSD, right? Let's not worry about the B. SSBD? SSBD? Wait, what? We're live? This joke is not good enough for live gaming? Okay, let's move on. Let's do this. Anyway, Risk of Rain is an indie darling, and Risk of Rain 2's full release date has been delayed to August. Risk of Rain 2 hit Steam Early Access last year and was initially scheduled to hit 1.0 in spring 2020. The full Risk of Rain 2 release date has now been delayed, but in contrast with most of the high-profile delays of the past few weeks, the devs say it's got nothing to do with COVID-19. Instead, they're simply expanding the scope of the 1.0 update, which I think is interesting. You have to appreciate that, honestly, that they're not blaming it. The 1.0 Risk of Rain 2 update, along with its new survivor items, equipment, and final stage, and the final boss will be released in August of 2020. What we wanted to make sure was that ROR2 1.0 was truly a complete game experience, the dev said in an announcement. And that means not only completing and fleshing out content, but improving and iterating old features that may have been left behind. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm relatively excited about this. This game looks legit. And I have to give a huge shout out to these developers for not blaming this. It seems like everyone, anything that's delayed, anything that's going on with anything, they blame COVID-19. They're like, yes. And sometimes, yes, that's exactly what it is, but sometimes not. I tried this with my wife not too long ago. She's like, why didn't you clean up after yourself here in the living room when you left your snacks? And I was like, it's just been delayed because of COVID-19. Didn't work too well for me. But I digress. Speaking of things that may not have worked too well, but now will, that's not going to work because it did work well. Anyway, bad segue alert. Here we go. Alan Wake, which is a game that I didn't really partake of. It looks like Alan Wake is coming to Game Pass, and also there will be a PC version of this for the 10th anniversary. This is one of those games, man, like, if you haven't played it, according to RelyOnHorror.com, this is a masterpiece of psychological action horror. Now, there's no better time than now with this coming to Game Pass. The game will be headed there with a few updates to boot. Remedy confirmed the game will be available on Game Pass starting on May the 21st, which will include the original Xbox 360 version of the game, playable with updates via Xbox One backwards compatibility, as well as the new PC version for Windows 10. The PC version launching to Game Pass will be getting several new updates and fixes, most of which are coming to the existing PC versions of the game. This is the first time the game has been updated by Remedy since the Xbox One because release back in early 2016. So, according to them, this is a great game. It looks legit, but the reality of this is like, I need to get on and like stream horror games because I'm scared to death of horror games. I do not handle them well. I scream like a woman and everything, like jump scares at me. We don't get along. We're not friendly with one another. And I'm like, don't do it. My wife sat with me playing Resident Evil 2, and I was just like, don't do it. And I just had my eyes closed, and she's like, yes, you totally need to do this. Yes, Pikmin 4 online campaign co-op. That would be great. I don't know. Are you saying that's confirmed? As I haven't seen that, and I just double checked to make sure there was no update. There is a leak, but I'm going to do a different video for that leak, believe it or not. So, Alan Wake coming. It's going to be on Xbox Game Pass, which pretty much rocks, man. Let's face it. Speaking of things that are coming for sure, Outer Worlds is coming. You can pre-order this on the Nintendo eShop today. It's officially open for pre-order. This is coming very soon. And hey, you should be excited, okay? You really should. I think it's coming, on the 4th? On the 4th? Something like that? Anyway, so yeah, play this game if you haven't. Just wishing. Yes, me too. But I think the Pikmin that's actually going to come is going to be Pikmin 3, like, remastered or deluxe edition with some improvements. But yeah, I'm going to do a whole video about that because I'm stoked, and I believe too. I'm wishing, Mark. Me too. But in the meantime, Mark, you can play Outer Worlds because it is legit, dude. It is so good. It's like Fallout 4, but better. Yes, I said it. Fallout 3 is my favorite. Fallout 4 was decent. And then the newest Fallout, which we won't even mention the numbers 7 and 6 because of that. Yes, this game is really good. It's not super long, but it looks like it runs relatively well on the Switch. It's coming June the 5th. I just remembered. I don't know why it said the 4th. And, you can pre-order it now. Get ready. get ready, get willing, because it is coming to a theater near you. All right, yes, we ready? Moving forward, the Nintendo Switch is super successful. Surprise! As if you guys didn't already know, right? Which is why I'm representing with my Zelda shirt here today, because the Nintendo Switch is rocking it. Nintendo Switch had the best-selling hardware platform this past month. And as a matter of fact, year-to-date sales of the Nintendo Switch are the highest of any hardware platform in U.S. history. The previous high was set by the Nintendo Wii in a year-to-date period ending in April 2009. So, here we go. We're seeing the success of the Nintendo Switch. A lot of us are already, saying, what, Nintendo Switch Pro or 2 or whatever else is coming. But the reality is this console is a success. If it ended right now and it went forward to something else, it would still be a success. But the amazing thing is that it's not. It's not even halfway into its life cycle. So I really predict that we're going to see 120K plus, or 120 million sales plus, right? Not K, obviously. It's way past that. But yeah, we're going to see huge sales. This is going to break records, and I honestly believe that the Nintendo Switch is like the epitome of gaming consoles, and if they can put a little bit more power under this in the next iteration, it's going to last a long time, and it's also going to break records and be the #1 selling console ever. Good job, Mark. That's a good call, dude, because Outer Worlds is amazing. It's so good. All right, so I don't know if you're like me. I have three, yes, that's right, 3 joysticks to replace on my Joy-Cons, and it is frustrating. My kids get a hold of those things, and it's not even them. It's not their fault, but it seems to be on theirs primarily. I just replaced one of mine, and they messed this stuff up, and one person took it upon himself to fix this Joy-Con drifting using a Valve Steam controller, and this is so cool. Now this comes from, as the guy you can see right there at the top, it's really small for me, but now the now discontinued Valve Steam controller may not have had a great run in PC gamers, but it's helped the Nintendo Switch player, this one, fix his Joy-Con drifting issue. Now the Joy-Con drift issue is something quite a few Nintendo Switch owners experience. It's infuriating because it continuously detects an input on the left Joy-Con's joystick, meaning that any game being played will detect the input and translate it accordingly. This could simply mean that the camera is always moving, or it could result in a character walking off a cliff, or whatever else. Or if you're playing Smash, you lose every time, or something else. So whatever the issue affects, the result is always bad. However, Matteo Pisani, I believe is how we say this here, a hardware enthusiast, has managed to fix his Joy-Con drifting by using parts found in a Valve Steam controller. He provided a full explanation of the fix, but also showcased the new controller in a video which you see playing in front of you. And I'll also place a link to this video in the description below. It's a really impressive fix with the Joy-Con on here really being replaced by the touchpad interface on the Valve system controller. And while the design isn't finalized, Pisani wants to refine it so the entire thing fits with the Joy-Con casing. And it's a really great start. So as you can see, this is super cool. It's a good idea. And as I look at this, the thing that I think about personally is I'm ready to change these out. Let's face it, I've been putting this off, okay? Because it's like doing surgery, especially when you have to do like 3. There's a ton of tiny, just itty-bitty parts. It takes a long period of time. And I always have kids floating over me, which makes me think, oh my God, I'm going to lose one of these screws, right? Because they're microscopic, and I have these big gorilla hands, so I have these giant gorilla hands, and I'm just Joy-Con. So yeah, anyway, but this guy has it figured out. Speaking of things that have been figured out, or maybe not, there's a game coming really soon to the Nintendo Switch. How this got through, I have no idea, but whatever. Some people have figured out how to be a drug dealer. That's right, and it looks like Drug Dealer Simulator is coming to the Nintendo Switch to teach you how to deal drugs. And I'm like, what? This is crazy. This is nuts. Okay. So apparently this game, this being the year 2020, almost everything that can go wrong is going wrong. And you know what? Drug Dealer Simulator is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Okay, fine, whatever. Yes. The game comes to the developer, Byte Runners Game Studio, and publisher Movie Games SA. And UF Games is heading the Switch port. So whether you want to become the drug dealing ninja or just learn what it takes or what it's like to be the biggest loser you knew in high school, this game has you covered. Drug Dealer Simulator really does emphasize the simulation aspect per Steam, where it actually has a very positive set of reviews. You have to prepare the merchandise by creating your own drug connections. You also have to smuggle your goods to make sure the police don't catch you while you're carrying anything. And of course, you have to sell the drugs, the most important part of being a drug dealer. You can spend the money you gain by building your gang, obtaining new equipment, and more. So this is like, oh my gosh, man, I cannot believe that this is actually coming to the Switch. Just know as you play this, regardless of how fun a game may be, real life behavior on this front is always caught. You're always going to get caught. It's not worth it. Drugs aren't worth it. All that good stuff. But it is a video game. Grand Theft Auto 5 does probably way worse things. So I don't know why I'm acting so surprised about it. Let's see. I got another comment here from Mark. I watched your video on Switch Pro, not convinced still. Yeah, you know what? It's like, I'll put it this way. There's always going to be that doubt until they officially announce this thing. I'm working on a video now that's a standalone project. It's taking a long time because there's so much information putting it together, showing why these hires from Metroid Prime 4 and Retro and a lot of the other information adds together to show their dedication to realistic graphics. So until they officially announce it, it's just going to be the Christmas gift tucked away in a bag in the closet. That's the right shape, that's the right size, that's the right weight, everything else for the Nintendo Switch Pro. But until they actually say, hey, this is what it is, you know, we're just that kid on Christmas waiting to officially see it because we don't really believe it. What's up, Omen Seeker? Welcome. Yes, as you see here, don't play this game. It could be great. I don't know. So anyway, speaking of things that are great, how cool is it that this Christopher Nolan uses Fortnite to debut his second trailer for Tenet? This movie looks pretty cool, but he literally used Fortnite to debut this trailer for this movie that was coming. I know this isn't like the first thing because during the Star Wars event they showed parts of the movie, but I think this is a really cool way to reach a large number of people and get a lot of hype behind a specific project. I don't know about you guys, but maybe I should get the hookup and do like a Stork News daily reveal right there and let them watch it in the Fortnite system. That would be cool, right? Yeah? Talk about growth. Yeah, because this is the place to get the news. All we have to do is get the word out. You know what I mean? And that's up to you. So, speaking of getting the word out, yes, transition heaven, Platinum Games, they've been fighting against a lot of Twitter rumors saying that they're selling out to Microsoft. First, there was a rumor saying that they had canceled Bayonetta 3. Not true. We're not even going to no, not at all. And they came out and said, no, we're totally working on Bayonetta 3. Don't worry about it. Things are good, right? And then there's this other set of rumors saying that they're literally selling Platinum to Microsoft, that they were going to be picked up by Microsoft. So what they said about this is I did read some rumors about, and this is from them. So I did read some rumors about Xbox wanting to purchase Platinum Games, and I thought people on the internet write the craziest stuff because that conversation has not come to our doorstep at all, said Inaba. That said, we're not Microsoft, so we don't know what happens behind their doors. We don't know if they had any thoughts about it, possibly. We've not had any talks like that, but I think even if it were a possibility, we're now going into a more independent self-publishing. It's not that we're disinterested in Microsoft, but if the relationship were to be us working under their direction, I feel like that would be the opposite of what we're trying to do now and limit our possibilities. Any opportunities that would limit our freedom, I think, we would be against. So Kamiya also noted that, at least in his view, the Xbox has always felt like something foreign and far away to the Japanese market. And this is one of those issues. Like, now the 360 did see a lot of JRPGs coming over, but Xbox has been kind of the furthest system away from the Japanese buyer and gamer, period. So it looks like Platinum wants to remain just absolutely. Let's see, I celebrate my 50th gaming year next December. I got a Japanese Nintendo playing cards at age 5. Yes! Hoping for Breath of the Wild 2. Yes, Mark, me too, buddy. I believe it's coming this year. So Platinum, oh my gosh, this is so great. Platinum pretty much does Nintendo, and they want to do their thing. Yes, it can come anywhere or anything. But Bayonetta 3, this is going to be a heavy hitter. It's going to knock it out of the park, and it's coming to a Nintendo Switch near you sometime in the near future. If you didn't see some of that gameplay, Bayonetta is awesome. If you have not played 1 or 2, you need to do it. It is great. It is like the epitome of everything that we've ever wanted, from Dante slaying some demons. Yes, except it's this amazing woman named Bayonetta. She's awesome. She's a witch. It's witch stuff. It's witch stuff. So, long story short, Platinum Games is not selling the Xbox. They're going to remain Platinum Games. They're not going first party with the Xbox, anything like that. Also, Bayonetta 3 is still on the table. So, thank you, Game Industry Biz, for that update. Certainly appreciate that. And yeah. Speaking of things I appreciate, Ghost of Tsushima. I haven't even played it yet, man. Like, after seeing the gameplay reveal of this game, I literally had a dream about this game the other night. I'm so excited. I'm so pumped. I love ninja stuff. I love samurai stuff. I love all of this. It's like Breath of the Wild meets ninja meets old school, like old-fashioned ninja movies that I just can't get enough of. Samurai movies, whatever, man. And I'm just like, yes, I cannot wait. It's going to be the best. So Sucker Punch Productions confirms that Ghost of Tsushima will have several difficulty modes, but hardcore players will not be disappointed. When it releases, yes, it will have an easy mode for you guys who want it easy. But Sucker Punch Productions first spoke about Ghost of Tsushima's difficulty settings when the game was announced in June 2018. And very little has been heard since then. We've seen this gameplay, we're just kind of curious. It all looked kind of, walkthrough super easy. But speaking to the Washington Post, Ghost of Tsushima creator-director Jason Connell teased a number of difficulty modes in the game. He said players can take it up a notch if they're finding the game too easy, or they can take it down if it's too hard, which seems simple enough. It's unclear how many difficulty modes the game will have, and there will be some sort of ultra-hard setting for the sadists out there, or players who really challenge. So, yeah, I'm excited. I bet you should be. And the only thing I'm thinking here, because I'm like, I've already decided, this comes out the same day as Paper Mario. They're both purchased, by the way. So I want to do a live stream for Paper Mario. However, I also want to do a video series for this game. So the question is not, should I do both? It's how in the world am I going to find enough living hours to play both of these games at the same time? I don't know. It's going to be crazy. I can only hope that in the spirit of Paper Mario, that game is only 20 to 25 hours. And this game will probably play endlessly into the future until I'm old, bearded, and decrepit, waiting and praying for death. Okay, so here we go. This being the culmination of the news today brings us to our new section. Yes, our new place, our new spot in the video. My brain is going just numb right now. And this segment, that's it. That's what we're talking about. It's a segment. So this segment is called Objection. This is a segment where we're going to feature some of your comments and objections, or if you just have something to add in, be sure to sign off in the comments. I'll check those out. They should pop up right here in front of me, and we'll talk about them briefly. So I will look at this right now. It looks like, let's see. We'll start talking about Pikmin 4. I believe that Pikmin 4, we'll go back to that, is something that, although Miyamoto said that he was working on a new Pikmin game, I honestly believe that they're going to port a definitive or some type of version to the Nintendo Switch of Pikmin 3 with a little bit of stuff added in. It seems like that's what they're doing. I know there's a lot of hype right now around Mario Kart, but perhaps there's going to be even more DLC for that as well instead of a new game. Pikmin 4 would be amazing. It would be awesome, and seeing something like that come to the Nintendo Switch on the go with touchscreen functionality, yes, all freaking day. Yes, it is. Mark Porch said it's going to be a very expensive year, what with the Series X and PlayStation 5. I totally agree. This, oh man, it's already purchased. Like, first of all, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking about this and I'm going, okay, so I need an extra controller for each. I'm sitting here doing the math. I'm waiting on the cost, blah, blah, blah. And that's kind of the cool thing about pre-ordering systems. The earlier they announce these, you can kind of just go pay on them until then, so it doesn't feel like that big of a hit. But the longer they wait, the more anxious I get. So I've already started putting that money back as if I'd be paying on it and stuff months ago, because I'm thinking ahead. But it is going to be a very expensive year, and this is one of those things, man. This is why I think the Nintendo Switch Pro got pushed back to next year, because they knew that with these two big hitters coming in the Series X and the PlayStation 5, they probably decided, you know what, we want people to spend money on our consoles, and we don't want to try to compete with power, because obviously even a more powerful Nintendo Switch Pro or whatever it is, it's not going to match the PlayStation 5, and it's not going to match the Series X. So either way, it's going to be expensive there, and I believe that when that Pro comes out next year, I'm going to continue spending my money. Take my money, please. Please take my money. So, anyways, guys, I guess that's going to do it, man. Be sure to join me here just in like 34 minutes for the live presentation of The Legend of Zelda. Another temple, another headache, but I think this one I kind of remember some of, so we'll get right through it. We're streaming each and every weekday, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, The Legend of Zelda, and we're on Skyward Sword. It's a great game. It's super awesome, and here we go. Real quick, another question, which is a
objection.
Yes. Okay. So real quick, Mark. No, I think that the PlayStation has been waiting. I think Sony's been waiting on Xbox to pull the trigger first so they can undercut them. But I honestly believe that Xbox could possibly release a smaller, lesser version of the Series X to compete. I think the Series X is going to be more expensive, but I think that the PS5 definitely is going to cost a good bit. $499. I think the next gen prices are totally. Expect $499. I don't think it's going to go over that, but I don't see any other option. I think that Sony, honestly, I don't even think that, in my head, from everything I'm seeing, I don't even think they've decided on the final design yet. They've decided upon the components and stuff like that. They probably haven't narrowed down, but the price, they're waiting on Xbox, and I think $499 is going to be the entry level for both, just being honest. Maybe they'll throw in a game or something like that to try to lessen the blow. But I think either one, especially considering Xbox has said the last generation games are coming for free, they're going to throw in one of those games. So it's probably going to be like Cyberpunk for free or something like that when you buy the console. So, which I think would be cool. That's fine. But yeah, $499 for sure. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I super appreciate it. Be sure to like and subscribe below for all things gaming. Also, be sure when you enter that contest, know that I'm watching on Twitter. When you hit me up, when you tag me there and share any of these videos, I'm going to put you in for 2 more entries for that $35 eShop gift card. Also, be sure to get the word out, because that's the only way we can grow here together on YouTube. Gamestork, this has been a delivery from your favorite bird and your favorite thing in the world, gaming, and we will see you guys next time.
Gamestork, delivering news, reviews, and playthroughs like a newborn baby.